What's up guys, Toro cards here. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the London Card Show, the LCS. So basically the reason why I'm going to be recording this is just because just showing you what I'm going to be buying there, what I'm going to be looking for, if I'm trading, if I'm selling, if I'm going to trade night. A few people have asked me, so I thought why not just make a video about it and just, you can get all the information on there. Obviously what stuff I recommend doing, what stuff I don't recommend doing, if I'm going to be obviously grading on site, obviously sending to obviously middlemen in the company, and then just overall I believe London Card Show vlog, so obviously me showing you around what I bought is my most viewed video, so I thought why not just doing a little explanation about the London Card Show. It could be your first time going, it could be your fifth time going, so I think you can always learn something from these videos, and hopefully you do. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first thing that I'm going to be obviously telling you guys is what you're buying. You got to have a little plan. Obviously with me, my main thing is vintage at the moment. Vintage and slowly transitioning to pre-war, which I think is just, I've made a video about why you should buy or invest or just collect vintage, because basically the fun of it is it's fun. So make sure you go check out that video somewhere on top of the screen. I don't know how this YouTube thing works still, but yeah, so I think if you're going into vintage for the London Card Show, I think keep your options open and make sure you're not solely buying vintage, because last time I went to the London Card Show, I think there was about 3 or 4 vintage tables. I think you had Jojo JMS, Sports Cards UK Dan, well, Sports Cards UK, obviously known as Dan. He had a few vintage bits. Like most tables do have, some modern and some vintage. It's not all vintage, which I still think is, it's good to have a good mix. And it's a bit annoying when they all have modern, which is understandable. Not a lot of people are interested in vintage, and I still think it is a growing market in the UK and around the world essentially. I still think in America, soccer itself, football itself, is still, a lot of room to grow. So yeah, just have an idea what you're buying. So obviously for me, as I said, I'm going to be looking at vintage. Any sort of vintage will be great. Obviously I'm going to be keeping my options open for other stuff, because I know there's not going to be a lot of vintage, and it's going to be Sergio Ramos, and there might not be a lot of that. But yeah, Sergio Ramos, obviously, if you don't know, that's my, I'll probably say main PC, obviously after Hento. So going to be looking to for any Ramoses. I know there's a few collectors going that buy Ramos, so it's going to be like, a little rivalry there. But yeah, so obviously buying Ramos. I think anything Messi, I think obviously Messi's, greatest player of all time, the GOAT for me. I think he's proven it. I'm going to be looking for some of him. So yeah, just make an idea of what you're going to be buying. So you're going in there, okay, I want to buy some, I don't know, Real Madrid cards for the PC. I want to buy some Vinny's, Rodrigo's, obviously Benzema when he was in that kit. So have an idea what you get. I admit sometimes when you walk into, to the London Card Show at Sandown Racecourse, you have an idea, you have a plan, you walk in, and because, it might be your first time going, you're like, wow. And the plan goes right out your head. See your first table, you buy your first card, and you're like, what are you doing? What am I doing? Why am I buying this? Or even buying some sealed wax, and just ripping it for the fun of it. Obviously that does happen at card shows, or just in general, really. But always have a plan. That's my number one tip, is always have a plan to go in there, because if you don't, your bank account will be crying. You'll be getting a call from your bank saying, why have you spent so much at this racecourse place? So yeah, so we've got that. Second thing I recommend doing is think about, I know it seems really weird, but carrying about stuff. So when you go to a card show, you don't want to be carrying your case, then you got a backpack, and then you got this, because at the London Card Show, don't get me wrong, it's a massive building. They've got potential to move it even more behind the curtains. But last time I had my backpack, I had my case. So yeah, obviously massive case. I think it was 4-row case got behind me. Just carrying that around. I had another bag, and it's like, don't. Like, there's no need. I think this time I'm probably going to be going with a messenger bag and maybe like a little box, literally. Wait, let me see if I can get it. Yeah, so basically I'm going to bring a box like this. So camera's a bit lagging, so it doesn't help. I've got a bunch of cards in here which won't be like that, but I might just bring something like this and just carry it around. You know, it gives you a bit of space, you know, to move your arms. Won't, you know, knock into people and then knock into, you know, your Pokemon toys hanging off, you know, the vendor's table, which it happens unfortunately. But planning to obviously bring something like that. I think now might look a bit stupid and people say, oh, it's only got £2 cards in there, and then I open it, I'm like, here's the gold. But yeah, planning to bring that along. I think that will be very nice obviously to have. Obviously just easier for me in general. So obviously make sure you know you're not carrying about 20 million tons on you. You know, it weighs you down a bit, and obviously walking around for, you know, 6 to 7 hours. So obviously, yeah, 6 to 7 hours. You know, it does take a toll on you. Bring deodorant. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anymore. Just, yeah, deodorant helps for some people. What else? I think so. My plan for the card show as well, I did say I was buying, but I'm going to be grading a lot. I think I'm going to be sending some cards to Erin. Obviously, I'm going to the Southampton card show to vendor. If you don't know, I'm making a little series out of it. The first episode is out, so hopefully my camera's okay. You can see my hands. They're not doing amazing, so I'm going to try and get the best out of this camera quality. What you call it? Yeah. So these are going to be some of the cards I'm going to be sending off to grading. Some of them are in slabs, so I need to crack them open. Some of them you're thinking, why are you grading these? Some of them are for selling, some are for PC. Some of these you've probably seen a million times, but I thought I'll just show you guys again. So the first one I've got is a Telmo Zara. Quite a cool one. I think I'm looking for a decent grade on this one. I think an authentic sold for $64. That shouldn't get an authentic. I think it should get higher. Obviously this Hento I recently picked up off a Seb in America. Honestly, a goat of vintage. This one I'm really unsure about if I want to keep it or not, because I'm a West Ham fan. If you know, I've got the tattoo there. It needs no more. Needs say no more. I don't know what the quote is, but I'm thinking, do I PC him? I'm tempted to, because I've got I've got a few Bobby slabs. I think, why not? This is a very, very good condition. I think this could get a very high grade. I would say about a 6 to an 8. Which I'm very confident in. Like, corners are very sharp, back looks really, really nice. So it depends on the day what I'm feeling like. But that will be going to SGC, I believe. You've got this Hento, obviously none's been graded, so I'm not too sure if they'll grade that. Got a Hento, another one for the PC. Another PC item we've got is a Sergio Ramos. So it's in HEA, which, don't get me wrong, I like the slab. It's alright. Like, I'm not hating on it, but I want to see this in a PSA holder or SGC holder. I'd rather prefer that. So we'll be cracking that open. Next one we've got is probably a weird one for you guys. It is Star Wars. So obviously it's Top's Finest. I think it's my favourite, one of my favourite Star Wars sets. I just think they're just really cool. This is obviously Echo from Bad Batch, and as you can tell on the top left, I thought it was a bat, is 5 out of 10. So that's quite a big one for me. Got some Sergio Ramos. I've got 2 of these, so seeing what one's a better condition. Got some vintage, so Cautious, Hento again, Adriana, which is quite a cool one, which I showed you in the last London card show pickups. Got another Hento. So these are, like, you know, they're mostly for PC, but if I do have 2 of them, you know, I'll just sell the lower grade. We've got a Jude Bellingham. I'm not too sure about this one because it's second year Merlin. Not amazing centre at the back, but it looks decent. We'll think about that one. Obviously, you've got 2 Ramses for the PC. Obviously, doing the rainbow. Got a fair few of these. Anakin Skywalker. I think it's quite cool. Probably my favourite character of all the Star Wars. Might hate me on that, but that's my opinion. Yeah, out of 50, got that for really dirt cheap. And then 2 more Telmo Zaras to obviously grade. So I'm planning on grading them. So that'll be another thing at the show that I will show you guys. I'm planning on getting my PSA sub back there. Hopefully make it in time. So I could do like a little PSA reveal there, or I might just make a separate video out of it. I'll probably get too excited and just show you guys. So I won't waste your time. But yeah, so essentially, little roundup there. Look, you know what you're gonna buy. If you see something that you like and it's not in your plan, you can still go out of it and all that. Another thing as well is budget yourself. Do not go in all guns blazing in the first hour. You spent all your money and you're there for 2 days and you're like, what am I going to do now? I need to sell some cards. So budget yourself. So obviously if you're only taking say 100 quid, 200 quid, £1,000, stick to that budget. Try not to go over it unless you can. Don't force yourself doing it. Obviously it's not nice when you finish the card show, you got all your cards, you're happy, and then you realise you're a minus in your account. It's not nice. So obviously budget yourself, have a plan, bring deodorant, don't bring millions and millions of tons of weight on you, like backpacks, cases and all that. Just be smart about it. Trade night, obviously bring some cards for trade night. I am going to trade night. Hopefully it'll be more successful than the others. As you know, most people are looking to sell there, not really trade. I think it's people use it as, oh, I can't buy a table at the London Card Show, it's too expensive, or I can't get one. I'll just go trade night and just lay all my cards there. That's what people do. So you can't really stop it. It's quite unfair, but that's what happens. So yeah, if you've got any questions about the London Card Show, just ask me or ask RP Trading Cards and HGA. They're like ambassadors of the show, I believe. I'm not. I've been there quite a few times. So if you've got any queries, just don't be afraid to ask. If you do see me there, don't be afraid to say hi. I know I'm a gorgeous man. I'm not that scary, so you can have a chat with me. And happy to do some deals as well. Show me what you've got. Obviously, you know what my main pieces are. So Ramos, Hento, Vintage, maybe a bit of Star Wars, maybe a bit of Messi. So if you've got any of them, just come up to me. Maybe Bobby Moore's a new PC. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I know it was a bit of a weird one here, a bit of a quick rush one, but just explaining stuff that happens at the London Card Show. Probably a few bits that I missed out is there's going to be over 100 tables, which is quite good. I believe there's a split of 45% of vintage. No, not vintage. I wish 45% of sports, 45% of Pokemon, TCG, so Yu-Gi-Oh, your Dragon Ball Z, Magic the Gathering, all Pokemon and that. And then I believe, if my maths are correct, 45, 45, 90, so 10% I think is obviously going to be, or 5% I think it is going to be like, your middleman services, your golden, your PSA, your whatnots, stuff like that. And I think the other 5% is for like just space, I think. So yeah, it's going to be a big event. Excited to go, and I will be filming it. We'll be getting as much content as I can for you guys, for your own, viewing. But thank you guys for watching, and see ya.